Back when I did that video about the let's just say cheese board, and I had a viewer, that's one of my subscribers, tell me that I should try one of the Shinto saw files. I was struggling along with the sander and, rafts and a little bit of everything else, trying to round over the edges. So I went on Amazon and I hunted one down, and I found this one for $19. Actually, the price now is $25, so inflation's really gone wild. But and it took about a week to get, and here it is. I've been saving it for a video to open it and try it out and just see how it works. And it's nice. It's kind of like hacksaw blades. Have a coarser side on one side, finer side on the other, and it does have a nice molded cushion grip on it. It's not the wooden handle one, but that's what you get for being cheap. And there you can see it just looks like a bunch of hacksaw blades formed up with the teeth in one direction to look like a file. Really nice and lightweight and everything else compared to a normal file, and yes, it is razor sharp. So I figured I'll just try it out a couple times here to let everybody see exactly how it works. And the first thing that I noticed is it takes a while to get used to it. I was trying to just kind of push straight there and push some pressure down on it, but that actually kind of got to my fingers that are holding on to the end of it. Those blades go all the way to the end, so when you grab it on the end there is rather sharp. But you can see my first attempt with it, and it really does remove a lot of stock. You can actually see the sawdust coming off of there, and then when you do when you go to a finer edge, you just flip it over and file on that edge. And actually, what a beautiful job it does once you start to learn how to use it. You can see a nice smooth edge once I flipped it over to the fine side, and a couple of seconds there, it really did take a lot off. And here you see I'm getting used to it. The best bet is to kind of slide it sideways as you're pushing it forward, I found out. And not put too much pressure on it down. It will kind of hang up on you if you do. But that little end there will get your finger sore. And, it's pretty amazing. It really does work good. So I think it's going to be a keeper for the shop. And I'll show you a comparison in a little while to my old rafts and stuff like that. So everything on this really works good. Here's a piece of a little bit softer walnut. Try to just put some chamfers on there. And you can see it tears right through that. But yet it doesn't really rip the grain up. It's fine enough. Especially when you flip it over this side, you do get a nice finish that's ready for sanding. So for a quick chamfer on a thing, or to break a corner like this, you can see it really is going to come in handy. And I just like how it's so lightweight compared to using a big old file. It just feels really good in your hands, and you can feel when you're using it right and when it's cutting right. And just keeping the a little bit angled to the wood and sliding it sideways as you go long ways. It seems to work pretty good. It'll probably take me a while to get really good with it, but I do like it. It doesn't work exactly like a file, but it seems to remove a lot more stock than any file I've used. You can kind of see just how fast it takes that walnut down and puts the chamfer on it. This will be really good for, shaping edges and stuff for the live edge slabs that I mess with a lot. And I had to grab a piece of good old, really hard, dry ash there to try. And you can, really see the sawdust coming off on this one. If you look at the bottom there, it does remove a lot of material with every pass. And you can, run it around and make things round, or you can do a chamfer, you can pretty much control it. Really nice. You can control it. The handle feels good. And the only thing is, you know, that little tip on the end grabbing onto it's a problem. But I'll show you how I solved that at the end. The biggest thing is going to be just getting the angle right. Now, if you look at the package that it comes in, everything is written in Japanese on it. But if you look at the pictures, there are some pictures of the right way to use it. So, you know, pretty much you're supposed to go forward and sideways at the same time, I think. A little bit of an angle there. And that seems to work good. And it just amazes me how the finer side really smooths it right out. So all in all, it really works good, except for that right there. You know, you really have to hold on to that end and push down some, and those teeth are razor sharp. You can see some skin is missing off my thumb right there. So pretty much, you know, that's how it works. That's how much stock it'll remove, and you know, I think it's going to be a great addition to my shop. And I figured I'd just show you in this quick little video here to show you how it works and, you know, exactly what it looks like. And you can see it doesn't put any dust in the air, but it does put quite a pile on the floor under it. So just to give you an idea of what I was using before, this is one of those old Surform planes, they call it, and it does remove stock pretty fast, but you can see it kind of tears out as it removes it, and it leaves a really rough finish. You know, it's kind of harder to control, and this is one of my big old rasps. And this thing, you know, it does remove some stock, not as much as the Japanese file, but it does leave bigger gouges, and it weighs about 5 pounds, so it is extremely heavy. All these big steel ones are real heavy. And here's a little bit smaller rasp. This one's probably about 80 years old and still working good. So, you know, they do work, but they're just kind of heavy, clumsy to use, and they don't leave a nice finish like that. You know, saw file you can just flip over and go from one extreme to a nice fine finish. And this is the main file that I've used for years. And this here leaves a finish comparable with the fine side of the saw file, but it cuts a lot slower. So that's what I had before, and I could basically toss all them in the garbage and just keep that one new, this one here, and does just as good a job as all of them, I think. Plus it's lightweight and controllable. I don't know how long it'll last or anything. It looks like it should last, and I don't think you could ever resharpen it again either, but you know, as long as you don't hit nails or anything like that, it should be good. It's a Japanese steel, so I think it'll hold up. And then I had to solve that problem of my finger getting sore, so I walked around my shop, looked for something I could put over there, and one of my carbide tip lathe tools, the cover that was on it, I don't really need it on there, was just about the right size, so I slid that off and I figured it might fit here, and actually it worked out perfect. Nice heavy duty vinyl cover cap, and it's the teeth grab, you put it on and the teeth grab onto it. Oh, that makes it so much easier to use and nicer to use. So if you do pick up one of these things, I definitely recommend finding some kind of a vinyl cap like this to put on there and make it more comfortable so you don't, take the skin off your fingertips. That was a real simple fix that worked really good. So in the end, it looks like it's going to be a real winner. I get these really great suggestions from my viewers and subscribers on all my videos, and I try to, try out the ones that actually look like they're going to work good, and this thing really did work as he said. And I'll put a link to it down in the description, but you may want to do a search on it because it's $5 more now than it was 2 weeks ago. So, I'm not sure if you can find it cheaper anywhere else. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.